smell like a bitch. You're so smart, hide your heart, singing some peace of mind. You're so right in your eyes, too pleasure blind. I won't let myself become just like you. Pointing fingers, it's all you ever do. This time, this one's for you. This one's for you. The perfect way, you no longer exist, you're no longer in my
Welcome to AfterMat, your source for WWE PLE recaps. I am your host, the Secret Boss Cal, and alongside me as always, I have my tag team partner, the Glamorous Anjulie. What's going on, Anjulie?
Hey, you know what time it is. Another Monday, another recap.
I had to, I hesitated for a second because I almost said pay-per-views again. It's getting me, I gotta get used to this PLE crap. It's always pay-per-views for the longest time, but, now we gotta go with
Yeah,
the new Triple H era.
I still slip. Well, this happened. I think before his actually, but I still slip up to say pay per view. But it's like at the end of the day, you know what we're talking about.
And welcome, Will. Thank you for joining us. Um, Today we'll be talking about Clash at the Castle, Glasgow, which is Scotland. One of the newer PBLEs. I think it's the second year they're doing it. It's last year it was somewhere in England, I believe, or the UK, and now it's in Scotland. I think it's gonna be a yearly tradition, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, welcome, Sidewalk. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Um, yeah, and this is like they got one more foreign pay per view, but it's like a string of foreign pay per views, right? We went from I forgot which one was in Lyon, France. Do you remember which one that was? Backlash? Yeah, Backlash, and then we had the King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. Now we have this in Scotland, and then next we have Money in the Bank in Toronto or something, or somewhere in Canada. I don't know where. Um, uh, Thank you, I appreciate it. Um, and that I guess that's a good thing. Like, well, I guess it seems like almost 50% of the PLEs this year will be, or this calendar year, I should say, not our not our aftermath year, but the calendar year. Almost 50% will be foreign, right? Because we still have like the whatever the crown jewel or whatever it's called. That's coming up, and don't they have another one too, like Superstar Showdown? I don't even know. Wait, what?
Did we already? Did they already do? Wasn't there one in Berlin?
Was there?
I might have made that up.
I don't know. Yeah, because Royal Rumble was in Florida, wasn't it? Wasn't this the one that Will went to? And then,
I believe so. Yeah.
oh no, wait, Elimination Chamber or whatever. Was it Elimination Chamber? Wasn't that somewhere foreign? I don't know. Did I make that up? I could have sworn Elimination Chamber is foreign. I see. That's why we need Will to like tell us the facts here.
Looking it up now. Yeah, it was in Australia.
Oh yeah, that's right, because of Rhea Ripley, right? Okay, so yeah, so I might be pretty close by saying that like a majority of these might be, or at least 50% will be in foreign. Anyway, tonight we're talking about Clash of the Castle, like I said. Delicia, what were your thoughts? Like the card going into it, were you excited for it? Were you not excited for it? And a follow up question: do you like the fact that they're doing smaller pay per views or PLEs where they're doing like 6 or fewer matches?
So yeah, going in, I was pretty I don't know if excited was the word, but pretty much like intrigued to see how things would go down, especially with the main event with the whole we're in Scotland and this is like, well, not like this is Drew's home country, just to see how things would go down, and then all the other matches I was just very curious to see how they will go, and I do like these like smaller, like you said, 5, 6 match pay-per-view PLEs. See, told you I said fuck. Because one, we're not just sitting there for hours with like 15,000 matches on end that don't mean anything, and you get to tell. Either they've been built up with more story, or they get to tell that story in the ring of what they're trying to accomplish. So I actually really do like these more like tight PLEs, and then and then that way the bigger PLEs like your Mania, SummerSlams, SummerSlams, they start to feel bigger again. Rather just being told that these are big deal PLEs, then they start to actually feel more going back to feeling more so like the big deal shows, if that makes sense.
But I feel like if they make all the PLEs 2 nights, I mean, like for the big ones, I think that'll take away from the luster of the big ones. So I feel like if they keep WrestleMania and maybe SummerSlam, the 2 ones if they do big nights, because they're like SummerSlam is like the second thing after WrestleMania, like the biggest event in their eyes. Even though I think Royal Rumble should be, but SummerSlam is technically the second biggest event. So I guess leaving those 2 nights, but I don't want to see Survivor Series 2 nights. I don't want to see Royal Rumble 2 nights. Keep it how it is for that. That's fine. But SummerSlam is even pushing it, making it 2 nights, but whatever. But yeah, I do agree with them. I like having like we're not there sitting there for like 6 hours. I know we don't really talk about AEW, but even some of the biggest AEW fans, like I saw like a podcast where they were interviewing the hardcore fans, and when they had a show that went like 8 hours, and it wasn't their big night, it wasn't like their WrestleMania, it was like just like another pay-per-view for them, because they call pay-per-views. Swerve Strickland made sure Bubba Ray Dudley knew that, but yeah, that it started at like 4 and it ended at like 2 a.m. in the morning. So like it was like ridiculous. Like 4 with the pre-show and like getting there and like doing all that. Like if you're there the whole time, you're there for like 10 hours almost. It seems.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like wrestling, but I can't sit through all of that in one sitting.
Right. And like plus some of those matches only went for like 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Whereas, yeah, you're getting everyone on the card. I've always said that too. Like I like when they have welcome big time. How you doing? Yeah, I know Delicious mic is low. I didn't want to turn it up too much because then the audio for the music would be loud. But maybe if you want to turn up, you have your gain on the back of your mic. You can turn it up, Felicia, or move it closer to you. Maybe that's what it is. I didn't want to put it up too much because I knew. There you go. Thanks, big time. Well, how are you doing too? Welcome, joining. Thank you, Joyce. Oh wait, hold on. You might have to turn it down now because you can hear me on your mic. All right. Well, anyway, so you're not showcasing as many people, but like the people you are showcasing, you are truly showcasing them because they're getting more time and showing their talents and stuff like that. So I do like this. At most, at one of these PLEs, they should have like 6 matches, I think. But for the bigger ones, anywhere from 8 to 12 would be fine. For the big ones. But for this, 5 to 6, 7's pushing it. Maybe if you want to have 3, and then 7, or like maybe 1 on the pre-show and then 6 on the main card. That'd be fine with me too. All right, kicking off big with the WWE Championship, featuring WWE Champion Cody Rhodes against AJ Styles in an I Quit match. I don't know why this happened. Like I was telling Delisha, there was an issue with me watching it because when I watched it, it didn't show the build up to the match. Like it didn't show the package. But this is like the first time I actually didn't watch it live, besides the Australia one. But this time it didn't show me like what when people normally have commercials. Like we get to watch like the what do you call it? Build up for the match. So I have no idea. All in all, I saw the retirement segment, the fake retirement segment, and I said Mark Henry did it much better, which he did do better. But I have no idea why it was a quit match. I don't know any of that. But anyway, the match started off with a basic match until the action spilled out into the audience. When it was in the audience, they went to the back through a little locker room into the gorilla area where AJ Styles probably almost got fired or fined. I don't know how it worked, but like if you remember the time that Daniel Bryan choked out that guy with his own tie or the cable that he did, and he got fired when he was part of the Nexus. Like AJ Styles almost did that to Cody Rhodes, but he probably just put it onto his mouth, so that didn't really cost him anything. They got back to the ring. It was pretty much back and forth action until I think AJ hit Cody with a ring bell, and that causes him to bust open, which is pretty early in the match for him to bust open. And I think when I went back to look at the Twitter chat for you guys were like, I wasn't expecting blood that fast or whatever. You guys said that in the chat, so that was nice to see. Um, there were like kendo sticks taken out. I think a table was pulled out. The ring stairs were taken out. Chairs were taken out. Later on, we'll get to another weapon that was used, or deterrent, whatever you want to call it. But there was a lot of back and forth action, and there's actually a brainbuster. I think AJ hit a brainbuster on Cody, which is now we're getting more risque moves. We're getting like kind of sort of pile drivers. We're getting brainbusters. We're getting some other moves that are like we almost saw like a vertebraker. I think we did see a vertebraker last PLE. So like we're getting kind of back to like old school like before they worried about concussions. So I do think WWE is very safe with them with the wrestlers, and the referees are very good about picking up injuries and all that. But they are so now they're taking a lot more lot more chances. So we might be seeing an injury here. We do have a lot of people injured right now. So I don't know if this is the time to take more chances, but Triple H and the brass are giving them leeway to do what they can and what they want at the moment. I think AJ then hit Cody with a steel chair. Then he pulled off his belt and started whipping him, just like The Rock used to do. And then AJ put Cody into STF, and Cody passed out. So normally you'd win the match like that, but since this is I quit, and he didn't say I quit, he did not win the match, which caused Cody to get annoyed. And so Cody went and got some water and threw it on. AJ went to get some water and threw it on Cody. I don't know if I mentioned this early in the match. I did say it's an I quit match, but the way it happens is you tell the referee to go ask the opponent if they're ready to quit. If they say I quit, the match is over. But every time that the referee asked either Cody or AJ, they both said, no, I don't quit, I don't quit, I don't quit. So the match kept going and going and going. After that happened, AJ went underneath the ropes. Wait, I don't. Oh yeah. So he went underneath the ropes and got a velvet bag from underneath it. Everyone thought it was going to be thumbtacks, because that's what you usually see in the velvet bag. Even Corey Graves alludes to that. He goes, I know what's in those bags. And but AJ, as he's coming, goes, I know what you guys are thinking, but I got something better for you. So short of him pulling out the world's smallest snake, he pulled out a chain and handcuffs. And he handcuffed Cody behind his back, but you knew Cody's going to get out of it because the chains for the handcuff are a lot longer than what you normally see for handcuffs. So Cody had his handcuffed behind him. I think AJ then hit him with a chair maybe, and then also a kendo stick possibly, and then punched him a few more times, and then wrapped his arm in a no, not yet. He hit him with the chair, the kendo stick, and then he asked the referee to ask him, and Cody still didn't say anything. So that's when AJ went out of the ring, and instead of implementing more damage on Cody, he went out of the ring and started arguing with Cody's mother. Cody's mother then slapped him. AJ then went to got the other thing from the bag, which is a steel chain, wrapped around his forearm, went for a phenomenal forearm, but as he went for the phenomenal forearm and bounced off the rope, Cody threw a chair at him, hit him in the head, which caused him to fall back onto the apron and back onto a table that was set up earlier, and AJ crashed to the table. This was enough time, well, I guess during the time when AJ was fighting Cody's mom, that's when Cody put the handcuffs in front of him. Cody then found the keys and opened the handcuffs and started using them as a weapon, hitting AJ in the face, hit a Cody cutter, 2 crossroads, and a third crossroad onto the chair. Then he handcuffed AJ to the ring ropes and started hitting him with the chair. AJ still said, AJ still did not quit until Cody grabbed the steel stairs, brought it into the ring, was about to hit AJ, and that's when AJ screamed, I quit, and that's how the match ended. But then after that, like a cheap bastard that he is, Cody hit AJ with the steel stairs, and that was pretty much it. Delisha, what'd you think? Wait, I can't hear you at all. Maybe I turn the gain back up.
Are
There
you
you go.
hearing me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, I was saying that I did think this match was pretty good. I still don't know if this truly warranted an I quit to be an I quit match. Because I can't remember. Well, I guess you know, I don't know. I guess in the way the brutality of it was of AJ slamming him off the still steps after the fake retirement and then attacking him, I think, the following week as well. So I guess just to show more brutality. I mean, I get why they said I quit match, but I don't think it really needed to be one. But it has some fun spots to get through, especially the one with the, like you said, the chair shot and then falling back into the table. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, like overall, I didn't mind this match at all. Yeah, because I think now that Cody is past, I guess I feel like Logan Paul was almost sort of like a side quest championship match, but I guess it's because they were down in Saudi, and now we're kind of going back onto track of like having contenders and stuff like that. So it's just really interesting seeing Cody. Well, it did feel good to see him bring some of that fire back that he had a few months ago, instead of just being smelling in your face with the suit and everything. But yeah, like I said, all in all, I think the match was solid. Uh, but I don't know. It wasn't like, I guess the still AJ thing. It wasn't phenomenal, but I do think it was like really good.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, I get to my. I think just turn down a little bit. Just the gain turned down a little bit, not too much, on the mic. I'm not gonna hear myself on your stream now. Just a little bit. I don't
No,
think. But
that's Rose. That's not. You said you can hear yourself on. Is
yeah.
that what you're saying? No, that's Rose. She turned the stream on my
Oh,
phone.
okay. No, I think it's no. I think it was the echo. I really think it's the echo because I whatever.
Oh,
It's better now. Yeah. I don't know. Like I feel like why didn't the OC come out? Was there like a rule for the OC not to come out?
oh, but that is a good question.
So why would they come out? Because Cody's gonna cheat. Like Cody cheats in every match. So I like you saw how he hit him with the steel cape, the steel steps. So plus, Cody's reign is like stupid. Like I'm not getting any like the current going into this PLE. This is the two worst heavyweight champions I've ever seen. I'm so bored by both of their stories or lack of stories that it's like stupid. Like this is such a lull time. Roman Reigns being away was more entertaining than these guys being there and champion, in my opinion. This is awful. But yeah, AJ was great during this match. Cody just got his ass beat the entire match. I don't know why the OC didn't come out. The whole thing with Cody's mom is stupid. I don't like. I wish AJ hit her with the chair. He should have hit her with the chair because you got to threaten her. You got to threaten to hit her with the chair, and then Cody will say, "I quit." If you handcuff Cody to the turnbuckle post right behind his back, and he's watching his mother, and he's this far from his mother and can't do anything, and you're threatening to hit her with a steel chair, or if you don't want to hit her, you keep bashing Cody. Um give his mom a white towel to throw in. Either way works for me. That's what you should have done. That's not. This is good writing right here that I'm giving you. What they're doing is awful. And I would have hit Cody's mom with the chair to get until he said I quit. It's Father's Day. It's not Mother's Day. So go ahead and do it. That's what I would have done. That's the way to win. And
well, it's not like he hit his father with a chair.
well, yeah. So that's why you gotta do it. AJ, I would have tweeted that to AJ. I should have messaged AJ to do that because that would have been perfect. Having him handcuffed to the turnbuckle behind his back, not being able to help his mother, and hitting her with a chair or doing it the other way I said with the white towel to throw in. I would have taken either way, and that would have been the way to go. Terrible, terrible. Well, I don't know if I said, but Cody won the match. All right, the next match was a triple threat tag team match featuring the women for the women's tag team championships, featuring the women tag team champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark and was the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I don't know which one's which, but go ahead, Delisha.
Yeah, I almost said Isla's the one with the red hair, but I was like, wait, no, they both have red hair. One is just more redder than the other. So yeah, so I think as we can all pretty much assume that with Bianca and Jade being in the match or and the champions as that, they pretty much dominated most of this match because they are the Super Saiyan team. Probably literally and figuratively. Um, but oh, so much so that like Baszler and Zoe Fire and Dawn were like had to go convene on the outside of the ring to try to figure out a way to overpower these two. And I mean that worked for a while, but of course because Shayna and Zoe are like the actually I don't know. I mean because they're in Scotland, of course Alba Fire and Alba Dawn were going to be like the face team, but I don't. I think they're kind of tweeners, somewhat. I don't know, but Shayna and Zoe being the more established heel team, that alliance, so to speak, didn't last, and they started attacking them as well. But Alba and Dawn would counter with their own like high maneuver matches. No, I mean high maneuver moves. I think even Alba. I keep I keep getting her confused because I just want to call her Kaylee Ray, so I keep forgetting what her like more WWE name is. But doing a dive off the top of the rope to take out like Baszler and I don't know if it was all of them, but Baszler and I believe Jade as well. Um, but and actually I will say this wasn't your standard like triple threat tag match where sometimes it's just like one on one in the ring and then you like tag people in and out. It actually was like a legit triple threat tag team match where all like the three members were in the ring at well not all times, but you get what I mean. And so we did have a moment where I believe it was Bianca trying to go for the hot tag to Jade. I don't recall who the other two were in the ring at that moment, but Jade tried to do like a springboard. I don't know exactly what she was going for, but the ropes was not her friend. The ropes and momentum were not her friend, and she slipped off the rope, which you know it's never a fun time to see that, um, but she did recover pretty quickly to like regain her composure to go back into the match. Uh,
Bless
excuse me. Thank you. And then as we got down to the like nitty gritty end of the match, we did get a nice like I believe Shayna had one of the people of the Unholy Alliance in I believe in a going for a pin where Bianca did like a 450 splash nastily into Shayna's like her knee like into her spine looked very gnarly. Um and like no like as in like I'm pretty sure that hurt. um to where I believe Clark Jade was going for the pin and then I believe it was Isla Dawn who came in and gave her a German suplex which let um the fallen Baszler be pinned by Dawn to get the belts, and they are your new tag team champions. This was a shock to me because I of the three Scots, I was like, not all of them are gonna win just by chance or process of elimination, or just watching WWE for as long as we have. I was like, not all of them are not winning, so they were. If I had made a bet, they were the ones who were not gonna win, but I would have been wrong. Um, but it was a bittersweet moment in for them because well, one the fan was on their side because they're in their home country, but also I had learned pretty much right not too long after the match that um Alba Fire or Keely Ray lost her mom the week before in a car crash. While she was like visiting her family out there, and I was like, oh man, like kudos to you to even still be able mentally to like perform in that match. But I do like the surprise of having new tag team champions, and it only means something in retrospect if they actually, you know, um, do something instead of having them like lose it. I guess like back to Jade and Bianca like not too far after this. I would be disappointed in that. Overall, the match was fine. There's a pretty as much as when it's more than one on one, there's always going to be like a messy spot, and now you have three teams trying to do things. And like I said, sometimes the ropes were not their friend. But overall, I do think that Alba and Isla look good. Of course, Jade and Bianca were going to look strong. Once again, Shayna taking a pin, so I don't. I guess our hopes of her being the badass that we wanted her to be is no longer on the cards again. So I don't know because she just keeps losing. But overall, that match was fine. And like I said, the surprise of Isla and Alba Fire winning was like even more intriguing. Like, oh, okay, what else might happen throughout this night with the other two home countrymen, so to speak.
Um, yeah. So welcome, Titus. Thank you for joining. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Um, yeah. So like I said, I didn't see the pre-show package and all that. So I didn't know like why they were in the match. I didn't even know they were Scottish or Irish or whatever the hell they are. I didn't even know that. Um, I have to credit Jade Cargill. I know you're talking about the time she jumped off and she like messed up or whatever. But she got up right when she did it. She got up and didn't let it phase her. Like it was like continued the action. So that was good for her. When she, even though she messed up and had a botch, she took it in stride and like pulled it off very well. So good for her for that. And we'll talk about something like that happening a little later in the evening as well. But I think there was an issue with the top rope because I think the referee was telling AJ before the match something's wrong with this rope. So be careful with when you do your springboard or whatever, you know. And
I did I meant to say before well, I guess because we'll get into it to another match, that apparently the top ropes weren't tightened, or at least not tightened to their where they should have been, because like they have the SmackDown before in the same arena,
Mhm.
and apparently it was, from what I was reading, it wasn't as tight as it should have been, so that's why people were having so many problems with the top rope. But that's interesting. I just thought that was interesting that something like that wouldn't be checked before a big
Right.
PLE
They do
match.
check they do clean off the mat every time and check the turnbuckle. So I don't know what happened, but maybe this is an okay match. Like I didn't really watch it as much as I should have. Like I like those double team moves that Jade Cargill and Bianca do, but I didn't really see them in this match. Like, I didn't see much of it. I thought this match was just like too much going on. And, like um I couldn't follow it. And like I just heard parts where it's like, oh, that like I heard the the announcer's voice get like higher, so that was a cooler spot, and I look up, but I was like I said, I was kind of falling asleep, and I just came back from the city, and I was out all night and stuff. But you know, like I'm glad for these two ladies to win, and especially after the story that you just told me, that's great to see them get like get their flowers because I think they did get their flowers in the match as well, right? Um, um, so that's pretty cool to see, and so good for them. And I think they had a moment with Piper Nevin after after the evening or after Piper's match, where they all hugged, which was nice to see. You know, so good for like the WWE to like give some of these people their moments and stuff. And I'm sure the other people's moments will come. But it's another. I think it's like more of like the emotions after and through and the match, not more than the match itself. Because after the match, I saw a fan video of like Jade Cargill looking really sad about maybe not losing, but how she performed that match. And Bianca like came up and like, put her head like finger underneath her head and told her keep your chin up, keep your head up. You're great. So it was good to see that too. But yeah, um, it was a solid match for the parts I saw, and good for the two unholy union to now be the champions. Next match was for the Intercontinental Championship, featuring the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn against Chad Gable. I believe this is yours too, Deletion.
Yep. I was just trying to
Yeah, I
find
know.
it.
I saw.
Yeah. So we have Sammy and Chad, the rematch for the Intercontinental Championship. Um, honestly, it's like if you wanted some Olympic wrestling versus some technical wrestling from Sammy and Gable, this is basically what you got. It was kind of more of a enhanced version of their Raw match a few weeks ago or last month or something like that, or well, whatever it was the last time they fought. But we had Gable really working on the arm of Zayn, and then also at his ankles too. So because his one of his big is ankle lock, so of course he's going to incorporate that into the match. We did see, and then Sammy was doing a good job of selling that for his arm when one he did a like a sitting springboard like moonsault onto Gable, I think along like the ring side, and then also hitting like a one-handed what is it, the min Mikino driver, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Michinoku Driver.
Yeah, thank you. Making further selling that he couldn't work both his arms. And then also being not being able to like pin properly because of like the injury he was um serving. So that was good selling because you know me, and when you hit big moves, like you should be selling them. And uh, I just thought that little detail was great. And then of course with Gable being a heel and his uh what's the word, bashing of the other members of the Alpha Academy. Their job was to not only cheer Gable on, but to interfere should he saw see fit. And we had the opportunity where Gable was attracting a ref, and Maxine grabbed the title and was, showing the conflictedness of wanting to hit Sammy, but she wound up not doing it, and then Gable like gets out and like start yelling at her and everything. Um, whew, let's see. And then but Gable was still able to get back in the ring and then to hit what is it called, Chaos Theory into a suplex that almost got the near fall. I thought we were gonna end it there, but nope. Um, and then he just got back out the ring and started scolding Maxine again. For that part reason, you're just like, okay, why? And then this time, like Otis gets uh gets involved because that's his girl. I mean, I'm not like in a romantic sense, at least not played on screen, I should say. But like that's his, stablemate, and of course you're yelling at a woman, so Otis is not gonna stand for that because he is a gentleman, as we've seen throughout his tenure here with WWE. And then Sammy was coming to, I wasn't sure, I don't remember what he was going. I think for a senton. And then Gable got the way hitting Otis.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. I don't know what's going on. Got the sneeze fits now. But and then he tried to get Gable tried to get Sammy into another ankle lock. And then I think this happened on the outside, still happening on the outside, where like Sammy rolled out of it, but then this time, he knocked into Dupree, who's in a booth, from, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, getting knocked out. Um, so she was in the booth, and then she's playing that up again, and so like Otis has had enough. He's like he grabbed Maxine and is like walking to the back, and then Chad is like like vitriol yelling at them, which set him up, unfortunately, for the haluva kick by Sammy to retain his title. All in all, I thought again another fine match. It's pretty much what I expected from these two because these two were just uh good technical wrestlers, so I wasn't expecting anything like bad, so to speak. But I feel like this was more so to further the Otis and Alpha Academy and Chad storyline rather it being more so Gable. I mean, I guess it all mixes in because Gable is trying to get this title. It's just not for him yet, much to the chagrin of a lot of the online fans. But all in all, I thought the match was strong. Of course, all the people are on Otis' side, waiting for him to finally, like, I guess, snap out of it, and for Gable and him to have their program together. And Sammy's kind of almost caught in the middle. Is that even though he is also trying to like coach Alpha Academy as well to like stand up for themselves. Well, no, I didn't mind this match. Um, Unfortunately, this might be an unpopular opinion versus what the community is saying, but like I feel like every time Sammy gets a championship, it doesn't feel exciting once he gets it. Like him chasing is always the fun part. I guess you would say that about a lot of faces, but I feel like with Sam in particular, or because he's always so portrayed as the underdog, that when he is the I guess, well, not the top dog because he doesn't have like the big championship yet, but um, you know what I'm saying? Like it just feels like I don't know, you could be doing more. But I don't know. Or maybe that's just me and my feelings on just Sammy in general. That he's not like one of my faves, so I don't really get like super excited when he's like winning championships. But like I said, all in all, I thought the match was good. Because of the people involved. But I'm just more interested in what Chad is doing more so than Sammy, which you kind of don't want with your champion.
I think I just realized, and this is kind of sad to say. Wait, let me think about it. Let me think about it. Yeah, I think Logan Paul and Liv Morgan are the only good champions currently in WWE. Wow, wow. Everyone else is just like lame and boring. Like there's nothing going on with them. It's so stupid. I mean, nothing going on with Liv right now, but Logan and Max Dupree are having good like segments, even not even wrestling, and they're having good segments. But yeah, this match was all right. I mean, it was a well wrestled match. But I'm kind of getting tired of like the Alpha Academy getting in the way. Like I think they need. I think eventually, Alpha Academy or whatever, Otis and Maxine are gonna join um Sami Zayn, and maybe they'll bring back the other guy of Heavy Machinery. I forgot his name, and then the Diamond Mine will join Chad Gable. That'll be a nice like faction versus faction thing going on. If not the old Heavy Machinery guy, but maybe somebody else. But why does Chad Gable bring out Maxine and Otis every week if they don't do anything besides distract him? Clearly, he's not thinking straight. Just don't bring him out because you had that match won if you didn't bring them out. All they did was distract you and not help you at all. So I think it's just stupid how that story's going. It's got to end, and like I don't know why people are so behind Otis because he's got no character. He's just like one of those like goofballs you watch and like it's not fun. Like I'd rather see R-Truth or Tozawa. Tozawa's great, but Otis is stupid. Maxine's kind of wasted in my opinion, but she can't really wrestle either, so she's just good to look at. Just put her as a valet for somebody else. That would be better. But yeah, I want to see Chad Gable. I thought, I guess this went against what normally happens because whenever someone signs a contract, they usually give them a belt kind of thing, and that did not happen because apparently Chad Gable signed right before the PLE started. So that's yeah. I mean, I just want to see Chad Gable as champion because I think we need more heels as champions. There's too many faces as champions, in my opinion. It's just stupid. It's like mostly most of the wrestling community can say it's more fun to watch a face chase, right? A baby face chase than them hold it, and like it's just getting boring watching all this.
Yeah, yeah, especially more noticeable on Raw. They are kind of lacking that like top heel like star power. Um, because I feel like SmackDown's doing all right with like Logan Paul, the Bloodline, and and a couple others. But yeah, on Raw it seems to lack that like heelness. And I mean, Liv is well. I don't. I'm pretty sure I said here. I don't really. I'm not the biggest Liv fan, so I'm not really caring about her, so to speak. But objectively, she's getting over with the crowd because she's interacting with like Judgment Day, and whereas Judgment Day they're heels, but they're kind of also cool. So or like their portrayal even, and then they're also like gearing up as it seems like for their own like civil war as well, so to speak. So it's like things that we know are coming down the pipeline, but there really is no like top heel because Drew, while he's technically heel, he's doing, but people all but love him because he's cool and he trolls people online. So it also it's like they try, or I guess maybe that's it. They keep trying to give people heel, but people start they like gravitate to like them more. So I don't know, but yeah, we're definitely missing like that star like top heel on Raw specifically for sure.
We'll see what happens tonight because apparently Uncle Howdy's coming tonight, so I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
might watch it with the sound on and everything on the big screen and all that, not just in the background.
And
So
guys,
we'll see
if
how
you
it
don't know,
goes.
that's a big deal for Cal.
Yeah.
He usually watches on mute or fast forwards the next day. So
All
yeah,
right. The next match is for the women's championship. I think it's called the women's world championship. No, it's the women's championship.
yeah.
Featuring the women's champion Bailey against Piper Niven, who's also from Scotland or whatever. I had no idea. All right, Alicia.
Yeah. Well, well, for those who watch NXT UK, you definitely know how like Scottish these women were, cause. But we had Piper at another homecoming. Um, I think I feel like she got a good pop from the crowd when she came
No,
out.
she didn't. I'm gonna interrupt you here. The crowd was so dead when she came out. I felt so bad for her. There was no reaction, and like you could hear like Chelsea Green going, let's hear it for your girl or whatever. You could hear her say that because unless it was live and they cut it out for the replay, then I'm wrong. I apologize. But when she came out, I heard no reaction for her. No one could care about that match. Like that's what it sounded like at all.
No, I noticed it more with Bailey outside of them wanting just to cheer the like Bailey UK chant as I call it. Um, but no, or unless I was just getting confused with something else. But I thought I heard her get a good
Uh-uh,
cheer.
uh-uh.
I don't know. I can't now.
When they announced her name, when they did the face to face, that and like Samantha Irvin or whatever does the face to face, like they like and they for the men that like weighing in at whatever from Glasgow, Scotland, like that, like the head to head thing. She got a cheer there, but when her music hit and she walked out, no one could care.
Okay, maybe that's what I was. Maybe that's what my brain was latching on to. But yeah, I think it also could have been, by that time the crowd was getting a little tired. Maybe they need a little bathroom and water break to like rehydrate themselves. but but right away, Piper was going full on with the power. Obviously, that's going to be the dynamic in this particular match with Piper never being the bigger gal. She's going to have the power advantage over Bailey. But Bailey was trying to use like her speed and more precision, like technical wrestling to try to circumvent the strength. And of course, we have the outlier factor of Chelsea Green being on the outside, trying to intervene as much as she could when the ref's um, back was turned. And I think Chelsea was trying to climb up onto the ropes, and then either Bailey like slapped her hand or like kicked her hand away, and then she tried to argue with the ref about it, even though she is not in this match. So whatever happens to her, technically the ref shouldn't care about. But he threw her out, and then a bunch of the crowds cheering, which of course Chelsea is Chelsea. She's phenomenal. She's great with her like character work. But that led for Bailey to like turn back to um her attention back to Piper, which she was actually showing some strength of her own, where she gave her like a belly to belly off the top rope.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Um, and then but she couldn't get the pinfall, which probably would have won her the match, as another contendant came back out. It was Chelsea Green in a luchadora match.
No, it wasn't Chelsea Green. It was definitely Luchador.
Yeah, to come out to again to try to cause distraction. But well, I guess it worked because Bailey did not get the pin. um, and then Piper will come in to do uh a still sort of slam. I forget ringside, and then give her sorry, I thought I had sneezed again. No, it's okay. But she took a Tiger Driver. That's what it's called. For a near fall from Piper, and then Bailey would follow that up with some sort of slam that I don't know the name of, and then a crucifix bomb, I think they call it, to get her the pinfall. And uh I don't just think about Chelsea just makes me laugh because again her character work is so great. But I thought this was a really good match between Bailey and Piper. I think this has been besides I think Piper either had a match with Rhea or someone else like a month or two ago. And then this match I really think showcased Piper what she can do. Because if you if you've been like me, if you watch like her NXT UK matches, some of her other independent, like how like good she can go, but she just never really gets that opportunity. But I do think being in front of the Scottish crowd and working with Bailey, who's going to try to make all her opponents look good as much as she can, I think they showcase that Piper has potential to, do better things or do more things in the ring, I should say, rather than just being like Chelsea's lackey sometimes. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a pretty good match. Um, but I think I forget who I was talking to, but I feel like I don't know what is wrong with Bailey because like she's so solid. The crowd's on her side, but it feels like every time she gets a championship, WWE's like, okay, go do your thing without like really giving her like some meat on the bone, like creative, like storyline, so to speak. Because almost at this point, it's like, why would you take her out of damage control at this point? Besides, for the face turn. But I don't know. It was just something that's always off when Bailey becomes champion. I guess especially now as a face, it's just like they be like, well, you're fine. We don't gotta worry about you, type of deal. Does that make sense? You know
Yeah,
what I
I,
mean?
I feel like her. Yeah, I feel like she's not getting that like backing behind her. I agree with you with that because she
Yes.
is fun to
Also,
watch.
I think she needs a new theme song because it doesn't really inspire
Plus, she's
baby
a
faces,
face.
so to
I
speak.
think she's
Yeah.
so much
I
better
was
as a
gonna say it
heel.
doesn't really inspire baby faces.
Yeah,
I don't think we should go back to the old theme, which I don't think they legally can do.
yeah,
But something, even if they tried to do something like if they wanted to blend those two somehow, or something a little bit more uplifting, I don't know. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. I didn't
yeah,
mean to
yeah,
cut
yeah. I feel like she's a better heel, and like the whole ding dong thing was great too, and how she gets on Michael Cole's case. That's great. Her as a face is not fun to watch. Dewdrop as a heel is not fun to watch. Although I think Chelsea Green and the Luchador stole the show for this match. It was a good match though overall. I know it's hard to do things with like. Actually, I shouldn't say that with Dewdrop's size because I think Lyra Valkyria put a great match on with Nia Jax, and like Dewdrop's like half of Nia's size. So I don't know. Like I feel like it just was lacking also. But there were some good matches like the belly to belly off the top or second rope, whatever it was. That was cool to see. That crucifix thing was pretty cool to see. But other than that, it was an alright match. I really do prefer Bailey as a heel. So I wasn't really into this match. I got what we did get to hear Samantha Irvin say Chelsea Green because she was the announcer, so that was great to hear. Because now that they're on different brands, you don't really get to hear that as much.
I was gonna say also they put it in Chelsea's theme song. No,
Oh, do they? Well,
at,
it's fine.
at the at the beginning.
Oh, well.
I guess so. I guess I was like, look, I guess there was like, if you
Oh,
can't hear it on SmackDown every week, we'll just put it in the themes in the entrance music so we get it there.
and I listened to it on mute, so I would never hear it. I
Right.
guess that brings us to the final match of the evening for the World Heavyweight Championship, featuring World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest without Judgment Day because of I guess Michael Cole saying that he beat Finn Balor earlier in the week or SmackDown, whatever it was, Raw maybe I don't know against Glasgow's own Drew McIntyre. Had a great entrance. I keep hearing this thing about Broken Dreams. I've yet to hear what Broken Dreams sounds like. I've never heard it before. I don't know what it sounds like now. But he came out to Roddy Piper's bagpipes, which is probably just not Roddy Piper's bagpipes, probably a famous Irish bagpipe theme. And then Damian Priest came out. Pretty solid match back and forth, I believe. Not really much to note, I don't think. It was just a lot of good back and forth action, a bunch of South of Heavens, some attempts at um, uh, the what the hell is this finisher called? Claymore, some Glasgow kisses. Not much. The first like Drew McIntyre like dominated earlier in the match until Damian Priest had an opening, but then when Damian Priest had his opening, he tried to leap over the top rope, and he kind of botched it where he got his foot caught on the top rope, and Drew McIntyre to his effort took the hit like he got hit. Hey Rose, hi. She's like not waving. Anyway, she took the hit. He took the hit and then like got immediately back up to check if Damien was okay. And then he started beating on him because as soon as Damien said he was okay, they had the show must go on. So Drew started kicking him, and then he could try to get the crowd fired up. And then when he got back to the top rope, he got back up to the apron. He's like, he's still not out. The referee could not get him out. So then like Drew had to lift up Damien to get him out. And they tried to sell it where it's him saying like, I can't beat him like this. I can't win the match like this. So they got back into the ring. When that happened, Priest had a clothesline, but he was favoring his leg that he got caught, so they're trying to sell it as an injury. Then Damian Priest hit the Razor's Edge, but he also did it off one leg to sell that injury, which is great to see. Then they went to the outside, and Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore kick through the barricade, which is awesome, but then he had to pick him up and bring him back to the ring to get the win in the match, to get the win in the ring, the 1, 2, 3. Back in the ring, he went for a second Claymore, but Damian Priest hit the South of Heaven, but McIntyre kicked out. And then Priest hit a top rope Hurricane Rana, and then McIntyre hit another Claymore, and Priest kicked out. Then the referee got they threw each other towards the referee. The referee jumped out of the ring and avoided the first hit, but then when they got slung into the rope again or turnbuckle area, the referee got hit, flew on and hit the barricade, got knocked out for like only 3 seconds. This is like one of the stronger referees because he didn't take that much damage. But enough time for I think Damian Priest to go for another South of Heaven, but uh, Drew McIntyre reversed it into a Claymore, got on top of him, called for another referee to come out, and Drew McIntyre pinned him in a way where he couldn't see the referee, but he heard the referee come in. The camera work was done very well too, so you see from behind the referee, you see the 1, 2, and the 3 doesn't come down. Then the camera flips to the other side and see CM Punk in a referee shirt doing like the peace sign, which is actually like an FU in Glasgow apparently. And Drew goes over to him, starts choking him, and puts him in the corner. CM Punk kicks him in the nuts. He turns around and takes the South of Heaven, and then Damian Priest gets the 1, 2, 3, and retains his championship. And CM Punk leaves and goes into the audience, not into the audience because he would probably get his ass kicked. He went towards a bunch of people who had CM Punk shirts on, and Drew McIntyre did not win in his own hometown, which we thought he would. We thought Damian Priest was just the guy holding the championship while Drew McIntyre was injured, but unfortunately that was not true because, you know, this was just terrible, terrible. What do you think, Delisha?
I actually really did enjoy this match. um, yeah, and I don't know why, but the ref when he got hit with the I guess Priest's foot, and the way he just like flung himself into the barricade. I don't know why that was the most hilarious thing ever that night, but it was hilarious. Anyway, yeah, I think this all came. I think we all knew this would all come down to Punk, and pretty much it was the, kind of like I guess whether he's totally cleared or not, they still could have did what they did. Because it all just, I guess pretty much like Damien said last Monday, you were everything that is happening to you of why you of the there's like these screwy finishes is all because of you, and if you know, and because of your fascination or obsession with Punk, you can never totally focus on the one task at hand. And because you keep trolling the man on the internet, he came for you. And pretty much, I think this was in the press conference afterwards. I think Punk said he will do everything in his power to make sure he does not become champion. So that basically means Drew must commit murder in order to win the championship. But I feel like either way, whether if Drew won or not, I mean, this him and Punk was going to happen. But I do like that it is without a title because we don't really get a lot of those honestly anymore of people like having a really good feud not involving a title. So I do like that aspect, and
Classic.
I do think that because people kept calling Damian People champion, I think he did put on a really good showing, and the way he was still able to finish the match, even though you could um tell like that spot with the ropes, like I don't know how on a percentage level his like ankle was hurting, but like those ropes aren't light, and they're putting pressure on your joints and ligaments as he's tied up, and he's not like, and of course like you said, like the ref couldn't get him out of the rope, like
Right.
Drew had to physically flip him, reverse him back out, because he isn't a slight person. And but yeah, overall, I did really like the match. I knew Punk was getting involved somehow, and so I knew that would be the pretty much. I and that's why I was like, I don't think he's winning because I think they're going. It's more it's more juicy because he once again gets screwed over. Like he won a title on Mania. 5 minutes later, he's lost it again because he was focused on Punk and not just celebrating with his wife and getting out of there. And I think was he cashed on before? How or when he lost
Yeah,
the title before?
yeah. But it might
Yeah.
be, yeah.
So yeah, I do think this is just more fire to the fire. I forgot the expression,
Fuel
but
to the
I don't
fire.
mind. Yeah, I I don't mind him not winning. Because this is also giving us some of Drew's best promo work and character work that he's had since his return. So I'm glad we're getting that too. And also, I thought Punk would get like legit. I mean, he was getting booed, but I thought he would have been like more booed out of the building just because of the Scotland. But that also didn't happen. I mean,
Well, they did as they were leaving. There's
as I
as
said, yeah, I said they were, but not as vitriol as I thought it would be.
I
That's
think
how I was
they
like,
might be able to edit that because they were using kind of really vulgar language more so than what they say on. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it was there and
yeah,
they WWE cut it. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
But yeah, I didn't mind that type of finish, especially since we weren't getting Judgment Day involved. You knew something was up.
what I could see happening in the future, this would be kind of cool to see if this happens. Um, I don't think it's gonna go this far, but I kind of see like if it does go this far, this could happen much like WrestleMania 10, where Owen Hart and Bret Hart had a really long feud. I don't think that started until Survivor Series or SummerSlam though. I forgot which one it was.
Mhm.
Um, but they didn't fight till WrestleMania 10 in a singles match, and back then WrestleMania was only one night. So the first match of the night or earlier in the night, Hogan, I think it opened with Rock versus Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, and then the final match of the night was Bret Hart versus Yokozuna because that year in the Royal Rumble, both Lex Luger and Bret Hart went out at the same time. So when Bret Hart had a match earlier in the night against Owen Hart, Lex Luger had a match against Yokozuna, and the winner of that match would be the new champion or current champion if Yokozuna retained, which he did, and they would fight Bret Hart no matter what at the end of the night. So Bret Hart beat Owen Hart, lost Owen Hart earlier in the night, but then went on to beat Yokozuna, would become the WWF champion at the time at the end of WrestleMania 10, and everyone celebrated with him in the ring. And then Owen Hart came out and just like said, "I hate you, Bret. I hate you so much." Well, I could see Drew McIntyre and Cody, if it go, sorry, not Cody, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk going to WrestleMania, and now that it's two nights, night one they could fight, and Drew McIntyre could finally destroy CM Punk. But then the second night, CM Punk ends up beating like Seth Rollins for the World Championship or whatever title it is in the second night. And then like Drew McIntyre coming out and then feuding still after that. Um, and like Drew could be like, I cut a promo after their first match and be like, I finally finished, like I finished you, like you have nowhere to go from here but down. Like I made your life a living hell. Nothing can make you better. And then the second night he goes on to win the thing, and then that's they can reignite their feud for the championship. But I could see something like that happen. That'd be cool. All right. With that said, I know we have places to be, so we're gonna go to our final thoughts. And before we go to our final thoughts, we must go to AfterMat's own village idiot, Willow the Firefox, and look at his things. He says, all in all, it's the best PLE of the season so far. His low is Chad Gable losing. His high is Bailey and Piper match, which is this is how you know he's an idiot. And overall grade is an A minus. So that's what fresh from the Firefox. That's his things. You know, we don't listen to him. He doesn't really know anything about wrestling. So don't worry about it. Don't take that for what it's worth, and it's worth nothing. Go ahead, Delisha.
So, my low point I think would have to go to um. I was still trying to think about it throughout the night, but I do think I might agree with Will giving it to Gable losing. I mean it's not hurting him, but even with the title, they could still do the him and Otis thing for sure. But you know, it might just made him even more diabolical against them while winning the title. But for just for that purpose, high point, I think I'm gonna give it to Drew and Priest because I do think they put on a really great match. And of course, we have the finish and just like true story of not being able to get the job done. So well, I guess technically he did, but not being able to uh, regain that high of winning the title and keeping it in front of people.
Uh,
Overall great. I think I'm gonna give it a B minus. Because I think all the matches were solid, but nothing that really like jumped out. at me as in like I'm gonna go see this again. And I might watch parts of matches, but not. I don't think none of these or were like I'm gonna go back and watch the full match. So I would disagree with Will of it being the best PLE so far. I think I'd still give it to Backlash right now. I would have to go back and like watch it to really know for sure. But it's not like this was like the worst thing ever. Um, so yeah, I think overall, like I think I said it in the beginning, or I see I don't know who I'm talking to. Solid pay per view. But I don't know if I would watch all the matches or any of the matches like from start to finish again.
For me, my low point was Chad Gable not winning. Now I know you're saying, whoa, Cal. Didn't Will just say that and you called him a complete idiot? Yes, because when Will says that he's an idiot, when I say it, it's completely true. Right? It's fact. So the worst part of the night, the low point was Chad Gable not winning. The high point I had to agree with Delisha and say was the Drew McIntyre Damien Priest match. Though it was a terrible ending. I mean, it was cool seeing Punk what will happen, but I didn't like that Drew McIntyre didn't win. It was still a solid match throughout, and I like that Drew protected Damien. I love when I see those kind of things. Just like I saw Jade Cargill come right back after she kind of messed up. I love that seeing that, and like Bianca put up her like head at the end of the match saying like keep your chin up, like you did a great job. I love seeing that kind of thing when wrestlers support each other. But that's why I liked it. Overall, we're gonna give it a D minus because I thought it was an awful pay per view, PLE, whatever. I'll call it a pay per view because it was so bad. This is like AEW level pay per view. It was terrible. I didn't like it. I'm hoping they're getting better. This just goes to show you what happens when you don't have The Rock, when you don't have Roman Reigns. I think the only thing that made it a D minus instead of an F is having CM Punk there. Is what made it a D minus. See, Rose knows she's smiling because she agrees with my take. But yeah, Delisha, where can we find you? Do you have any more videos coming? I know we're coming close to the due date of the second baby, and I know you might be taking some time off. But you have anything coming out before?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait. Do you have anything coming out before the second baby comes out?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think there's a video going up this weekend, like a few days. And my life. Sorry, you can find me on. Sorry, this one's getting restless. Because she wants to play with the computer. But you can find me on Instagram and YouTube at TheFatRat TV, where I do motherhood, lifestyle, and recipe videos. It's supposed to be every other week, but life was lifing this past month. But I'm gonna try to get a video up this weekend. and then get a few more out before baby number 2 is here. But yeah, so if you like content like that, you can give me a watch if you shall please.
I don't see myself streaming any games in the near future, but I probably will be joining Will tomorrow on his show. Where we each drafted. I don't know if you know this, Alicia. Myself, Big Time, and him each took a brand. So Will's the Raw brand, Big Time is SmackDown brand, and I'm NXT. And we drafted wrestlers last week or 2 weeks ago to each of our brands. I had the first overall pick, and I chose the Bloodline. So I got Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso. Second pick, I took The Rock. Third pick, I took CM Punk. I made like the best picks all night. That's all I'm gonna say, because I am the most intelligent person out there. So that but yeah, you should check it out. Tomorrow's the second week of shows. We had our first week of shows, and so next week, and then I think after week 3, Big Time and we'll have the pay per view or PLE, and I'm after week 4. The NXT PLE is after week 4. I put out my whole month of stuff, so it should be ready to go. But we'll see how their shows turn out. They're living more by the seat of their pants, whereas I like to be more organized and methodical with my stuff. But the next time you'll see us here is for Money in the Bank, which is going to be in Canada. The PLE itself will be on July 6th. So we hope everyone has a good 4th of July for those who celebrate it. But we'll be live on 6 p.m. Eastern Time, most likely, on AfterMat on the 7th on July 8th. Until then, remember, the secret boss is always right, and everyone else is always wrong. Until next time, see you guys.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna storms we chase are leading us, and